Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Taurus. This is coming out on Saturday, which is our day of bonus readings. And if you have not subscribed yet, or you are thinking about maybe subscribing, please do. It is free. And we would love to have you here as part of the channel, as part of the community. Ooh, and we have a nice face right there. Look at that. So definitely think about doing that. Okay, so I want to start right here. I'm going to stop with that. And we'll start with this. Look at this beautiful face. It reminds me of maybe like a ram, I think. We have the horn. We have a horn. We have the actual face right here, the eyes and the nose. Kind of that scruff that comes up around the neck there. So, quite an energy, my goodness. We know the ram is definitely an enduring creature, strong and vibrant and able to traverse the most difficult of situations, inclines, landscapes. This is a true survivor. And so I see this and I think, wow, there's a lot of strength here, Taurus. You are definitely somebody who knows thyself, right? And you are not afraid to listen to your will, your own true will. You know what your goals are. You know what motivates you. You know, basically, I would say, how you want to obtain these things. Do you get distracted? Yes. That's maybe the big problem that arises sometimes. But you get back on track and you have that resolve. Okay. And this is so apparent to me. Definitely. So, let's keep going. We're going to turn, well, and as I'm saying this, I'm looking over here. We also have a smiling face and it has the horns. Okay, so maybe this is our distractive energy. We have a little bit of that devil energy, a little bit of that trickster, the prankster, you don't have to study tonight. You don't have to finish that work. Why don't you, come out and play for a little while? Or why don't you, I don't know. I'm trying to think. What is like the biggest time suck there is? Video games. Why don't you just play a little bit of video games tonight? And next thing you know, it's like hours later. It's almost morning, right? So a little bit of that distraction coming up. So yes. I think what we're seeing here is Spirit telling us stay in that place of resolve. Stay the course. Stay focused. Get through this period of time. And then, once you have come to some conclusion, okay, or some place where you can pause, you can save your game, and then you can go do that fun stuff. Okay, I know, a very mom interpretation, but let's see. We're going to turn this. Okay. So we have right here a person in either a large robe, cape, or dress. Okay, and it looks like they maybe have a rooster right on their back there, kind of, or on their shoulder. And then it looks like we have a person here who is kind of running. You can see the leg, the body, the head. And these look like waves to me, which totally is in line with, and I can't remember if I said this, our card is the Knight of Cups. And this is from the Hermetic deck, and I will show you. It is, on the waves, riding the stallion, the horse, holding the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups there, and we have that Cancer crab, and of course, the peacock. Okay. In the Thoth deck, I like that the waves are kind of hides the peacock in there. I always thought that was really pretty, but I love this Hermetic deck. I wish it was more, I wish there was some color to it. I mean, maybe I wouldn't like it as much, but I don't know. It just, the line work is gorgeous. I think maybe color would be too much on it. I don't know. I'm not a good critic of anything, but yes. I think I'd be more attracted to it if it was a little more colorful, maybe. So we have, yes, the person running across the waves. We have the person meeting them at the shore here. We have the rooster. Okay, and it looks like it's about to crow. So we do have an alarm going off. Okay, now with the Knight of Cups energy, this one is always about the beloved to me. This is an energy of great emotional impact, a master of kind of channeling these emotional energies, charming, lovely, all the right things to say. A connection that is, again, the beloved, with the beloved. This is something that goes deeper than just amorous love. This is something that is beyond just attraction and lust and desire, although these are all part of it, probably. This is somebody or something, and this doesn't have to be a physical person. This could be truly that interior coupling that in the Jung system, which is kind of outmoded for it to be animus anima. But this is kind of our interior spouse, right? If you could imagine being married to your other half, the other half of your identity. And so it could be that. It could be that this is really a person that you connect with deeply on a very spiritual, emotional level. Okay. Now with them, because they are a person of watery elements. They are a person who has big emotions. They're good at expressing that, good at showing that. Are they good at keeping it tamed when it needs to be? I don't know. That might not be the case. This might be somebody that it's lovely to go swimming in the beautiful sea with them. But when that tsunami comes, when there is something big, a shift in life, the emotionality can be a lot to navigate. Now, we did see that that ram at the beginning, and we did talk about being able to traverse those most rigid inclines, those tiny little footings there, that landscape that can be, quite unforgiving. Okay, so, maybe you are somebody who just happens to be able to understand how to navigate things with this person. Maybe this really is a charmed couple, union. Maybe this is an unrealized love. and that happens. That happens often with our spiritual partners, I think. There is an intensity, there is a connection, there is the work. It is profound, it is all consuming. But does it translate to our daily lives? I don't know. Not often, right? Unless you just happen to be configured in that perfect way where you can make it work. But so often it is very difficult. It is difficult. So I feel like this is a beloved. This is a beloved that kind of returns with the season, if you know what I mean. Like they are on the mind, okay? And, I think that with that rooster, it's almost kind of like the alarm going, okay, here they come. They're back, and it doesn't have to mean that this is a physical person. And maybe they're not even coming back into your life. But you go through these periods of time where you are thinking about them quite often, dreaming about them, having visions about them, reminiscing, nostalgic for this connection. Okay. And, I don't know what do you do in those times? I'm not sure. I think you just kind of, again, swim through them. I think there's a lot of splendor here, but you have to be aware, that those waves, when they crash down, they can be hard. It can be harsh. It can be difficult. Quite a drop. Now, as I'm looking at this, I'm seeing we have the bull's head over here. And let's see about this. The bull's head. We also, we have a 9. Oh, the 9. Oh, the 9. Yes, the 9. Whatever that 9 means to you. Oh, and we have the Sacred Heart. Okay. It usually is a Catholic or Christian symbol, but for me, when I look at these, as far as, more expansive symbols go, agape, right? The love of God, the relationship that we have with the divine, that fullness, that wholeness, that beautiful thing cannot be matched. That is well here. That is well here. In the emotional, in the metaphysical. This is where we really not only seek refuge, this is where we find our peace, our healing, our ecstatic nature. In my, it doesn't, what does my opinion really mean? But in my experience, I would say this is one of the only places that we really find joy, is in this connection. And now this can be spread out into so many things in our life. Immediately as I'm saying this, I think, when I first held my daughter, the first time I nursed her and we had that connection, that was like profound. That was a moment that I felt fully in the light of the divine. It will always feel that way to me in my mind. It's like it can make me cry right now. It's so all-consuming when I think about it. It was such an amazing time. But this is, this is that profound thing, that moving thing. And I feel like, this is alive and well in your life right now. This is a time where the hurts are forgotten. The worries don't seem so big. Okay? You are doing your thing and you are going about your business. And in a lot of ways, it's just All is well. All is well. You are fortified. You are brave. And this keeps coming to my mind as I'm saying all of this. There's a sense of majesty. There's a sense of the end of guilt. Love is the great equalizer. And you are ready to go right into that unknown. And so it is. And so it is. Now we have a large R right here, and we have an H right above it. So if that means anything to you. Okay, let's look over here. We have, and I want to mention again, if you haven't subscribed, please think about doing that. It's free. We'd love to have you here. I don't want you to miss any of your readings. Okay, so we have a little S right here. We have a boot. A little dog. All right. So I feel like there's a sense of kind of going the extra mile for somebody you are profoundly loyal to, a best friend, a mother, a father, a sibling, somebody who you would do anything for, your child. And they will call upon you, maybe indirectly. Maybe they won't ask you, but you will know and you will be there for them. Okay, and that's coming up. And, I think interestingly, there's an illuminated candle. There's a little heart here as well. I feel like this move, even if it is something that is uncomfortable, something that they didn't really want to tell you about, talk to you about, whatever, you being there for them, being their support, being their unconditional love and kindness is going to draw you together deeply. And as I'm looking at this again, I'm lifting it up. Oh, we have that look at this beautiful figure. We have the head right here, the beautiful headdress. It looks like a bunch of natural materials, maybe like little branches and twigs and dried flowers. And I can just imagine this beautiful, beautiful person, maybe like a medicine person or some kind of, practitioner, magical practitioner, shaman, spirit guide, whatever it is. Oh, beautiful. And such a protective energy. Below, right here, we have, it looks like a feminine person of some kind, okay? Almost like the Empress, I would say, seated, okay? And then we have a little bird sitting there as well. So we kind of have mother on mother on mother energy. And we have that divine intuition with that bird. And so, you are really, this is the message. You are protected. You are loved. You are held. No conditions on that. Okay? Listen to yourself. Listen to your gut here. Okay? This is important. That mother energy, that feminine, divine feminine consciousness that runs through all of us, no matter what we identify with, it has everything to do with that intuition. Learning to hear ourselves. Learning to trust how we feel. Undoing the conditionings that tell us you're overreacting. You're picking up on things that aren't there. You're making things up in your head. These kinds of conditionings that are just, oh my God, ad nauseum, right? And not just in women. I mean, this is everybody. We live in a world where It's hard to trust ourselves because from the beginning, we are taught that we know nothing and we must learn everything from people who just, you know, don't know what they're doing. Really, you know? And if I have to say, I know I go on these little rambles. I have to say though, having a child, especially as an older person, now in my middle age, and I have a young child, and I really feel like these kids are so much more intelligent naturally just by being alive, interacting with the world. They know so much. I'm not talking about memorizing things or, you know, knowing the spoken language, written language, oh, these kinds of things. Yeah, that will come. But they just know. They just know about the world. They know so much more than we do because it hasn't been driven out of them yet. And, you know, so then, you know, we spend, and this is what Jung said, is that we spend the second half of our lives undoing these things, these beliefs, these, you know, misalignments, these coping mechanisms, these things that, you know, I think most of it people teach us in good faith, you know, but it's just stuff that gets handed down that's so detrimental to our psyches and so limiting. And so we spend this time, if we're lucky, if we're privileged enough to survive and have the will to begin the individuation process. And this is so much what this is. And I look at this and I see the relearning how to hear yourself, you know. And it can start as simply as, and I do this I do this often actually, but at home usually because it's more of a controlled environment, but just doing things based on yes, no, in my mind, you know, and silly things. Do I want zucchini today? Immediately, no. No, I don't. Not today. Okay, so I'm not going to have it. Should I do the laundry first? Yes, I'm going to do the laundry first. Should I get the garbage outside right now and go see what's going on in the backyard? Yes. And I do. And I go, and then I see something cool, you know. Time aligns in such a way. Oh, maybe I get to see some bird I haven't seen before. You know, maybe I see the neighbor and we wave at each other, and it's a kind of little moment. But the point is following that voice, that thing inside of us, that drive, not ignoring it all the time. And I understand sometimes we just, you know, we have to go about our business, but it's important to build that up. And I feel like that in my mind anyways, this is, as far as symbolism goes, very much related to that mother archetype. Yeah, that Sophia, you know, the divine feminine consciousness. All right. So anyways, done rambling on that one. So we will look at the Cincy Child affirmation cards. And it says, I believe in myself, which I love. And definitely part of why I got this deck. And it is a beautiful deck. It is gorgeous. It says, I am abundance. And we're going to flip and stop where it feels right there. I'm going to turn it over and we'll read it. It says, I focus my energy on the things that are within my control. There you go. Yeah. we could spend our whole lives, and this is a big thing for me, a problem for me as well, worrying about things. Worry. So focused, spending your whole life focused on things that are really truly just kind of abstracts, things that will never directly affect your life. It may be, you know, I guess in a metaphysical or theoretical way. Yes, it does. All things do. But when we are in our life and we're in that moment, we have anxiety. We've been spending the last 3 hours staring at the news or whatever, you know, and we wonder, where has our life gone? What are we doing? How am I, you know, making a better place for myself, for my family, for my community? You know, we have to think about the things that we can do here and now. And that's so important. It's so important. We can get so lost on stuff. And the other thing is just worrying about how other people behave, how they treat you. You can't control other people. You can't control what people do. You can't control what people think, what they say, whatever. You can't. That's them. That's a them thing. Okay? And, you know, we could spend listen, I sometimes read the comments, and I don't leave up the really, like, negative ones because I'm sensitive like that. But I could spend my life trying to analyze why people say the weird stuff that they do, or the mean things, or, you know, I don't even know. You know, there have been times where people, like, it doesn't even matter, but it's just, I don't know. It's out of my control. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here and I'm doing my best, you know, and that's all I can control. And that's all. So anyways, I'm going to say thank you. Taurus, I love you. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. You don't have to pay anything. Again, as I keep saying, I'd love for you to be part of the community here. There are a lot of wonderful people. You can see them in the comments. Then, you know, there are a lot of positive things happening. A lot of really kind and supportive interactions. And I love seeing that. I love seeing you all support each other, gas each other up, really, you know, have a nice thing to say to one another. That's the energy. Okay. All right. So, we'll talk again in just a few days. Thank you.